Hey guys, I'm here to do a book review on Madness, A Bipolar Life by Marya Hornbacher. Obviously, this is based on a true story. It's a memoir. It's by the woman that wrote Wasted, which I have to read. This is her back here. And I love reading memoirs, especially when it has to do with people that have been through something tragic in their lives, or something huge in their lives, or somebody that's going through something, or just something that's made a huge impact on them, or whether good or bad. I just I find it intriguing. I don't want to say I enjoy it, especially I don't enjoy reading about people's tragedies, but I really enjoyed this book. And her book Wasted, I actually heard mixed reviews on it, and after reading her writing in this, and this is her second book, so maybe Wasted wasn't as, or I don't know if it was her second book, but this is after Wasted. Maybe her writing in Wasted wasn't as good as this, but I really enjoyed this book. Marya has been having mental issues since she was young, and she was never properly diagnosed until her early 20s, I believe it was. It was always, she was depressed. A lot of times it was depression, just different things. But finally she was, went to a different doctor, and she was finally diagnosed with bipolar. And bipolar disorder is, if you're not aware, there are different stages of it. There's bipolar 2, bipolar 1, and I believe there's another one. Bipolar 1 is the worst, and at first she was at bipolar 2, and then she rather quickly, from what the book sounds like, she progressed to bipolar 1. And you have manic moments, and then you have your down times, like depression. And manic, of course, is high energy, talk, thoughts are everywhere. Your thoughts and your words run into each other. You hardly sleep, you hardly eat, you're go. And then the downtime, obviously, everything's overwhelming to you. You don't want to get out of bed. You're afraid to face the day. Just little things can create such high anxiety in you. And people display bipolar in different ways. Some people may have more of a manic, some people may have more of the depression. It's different. And with Marya, it seems like she had more manic moments, but when she crashed, because it's the higher you get in a manic moment, the harder you fall. So of course she would fall really hard, and she would always end up in the hospital, the psychiatric unit. And so this is basically her chronicling her life with it, how it affected other people in her life, obviously how it affected her. The one thing about it all, though, is despite everything she had to go through, she was able to hold a job. She's a writer. Not just because she wrote this book, but she's a writer. She wrote for newspapers, magazine articles, and she taught undergraduate students. So she did a lot, and she did all this while she was battling, and she's still battling this disease, but while this disease was out of control. Excuse me. But because of the career she had, it was very flexible for her. She was very lucky with that. The way this was written, I really feel like I know her. And I actually want to do a little bit more research on this. On her. I want to see how she's doing nowadays. I want to see if there's a way I can contact her. I don't know if she's on Twitter, or I'm see if she's got a personal blog or anything like that. But I'm very curious to know how she's getting along these days. This book was it was only just under 300 pages, but it felt so much longer. It's a very intense book. You go through this with her. So her manic moments, she writes it like that, just the sentences running on and on, her thoughts just all over the place. And I actually got winded reading through some of these manic moments, because just like, how the heck did she, where do people get all that energy to do that? And she had other issues besides this bipolar. She was an alcoholic. She had an eating disorder. And all of these were underlying issues. And they all made this bipolar worse. And conflicted with her medications and that. And she was very lucky, though, that she had such a good support system. She still had her parents. She had all her family members. She had friends. Her second husband was excellent with her in her illness. Yeah, even people from, I think it's one of her jobs, I forgot which one it is though, but they were even understanding, came visit her in the hospital, and yeah, it sucks what she has to suffer through, but like I said, she's so lucky that she has people to lean on and people that are there for her. Yeah, so if you like to read books like these, ones that are intense, this is definitely a good book. Like I said, I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely going to pick up Wasted. This goes through, it's chronological, and then towards the end of the book, she has the lost years where it was just so bad, and she can't remember a whole lot. It's divided up into parts, this book, all the way up to part 4. And I believe part 4 is the lost years. Or maybe it's not. But there is a part in here where it's all about her hospital visits. And it goes through hospitalization number 1, hospitalization number 2, one after the other. And it tells you, obviously, the year that it happened. I think that might be part 3. Yeah, part 3, the missing years. I don't know if you guys can read that, but it says the missing years. It says, these years are mostly lost to me. Madness strips you of memory and leaves you scrabbling around on the floor of your brain for the snatches and snippets of what happened, what was said, and when. I spend these 2 years caught in the revolving door of madness, going in and out of the hospital 7 times, traveling from my bed at home to a bed on a locked ward, the weird world of the ward becoming more familiar to me than the one outside. This is the best I can do to piece the scattered memories together, to give some semblance of continuous time, to fill the hole in my life that madness made and will not repair. So you got hospitalization number 1 was January 2004. Hospitalization number 2, April 2004. Hospitalization number 3, July 2004, and so on. Because she'd get out of the hospital, she'd go on a high, and then, like I said, then she'd crash. So, yeah, I'm just very glad that she made it. She's still battling it, well, like I said a couple times already, but that she's been able to hold on, and yeah, a lot of people don't make it. Now, she has bipolar facts in the back of the book, and it says, a life expectancy of an adult with serious mental illness is 25 years shorter than that of a person without. Bipolar patients who have attempted suicide, 25%. Bipolar patients whose suicide attempts have been lethal, 15 to 20%. And it says this is the highest suicide rate of any psychiatric disorder, and more than 20 times higher than the rate of suicide in the general population. About half of all suicides in the U.S. can be attributed to bipolar. And she's got all these different facts in that, and she's got a bibliography in here, useful websites, contacts, research resources. Yeah, I would pick this book up if this is something that interests you. Right now, I am reading Richard Denny from Devour Book Reviews. I'm reading his book. I should be done with that tonight, and I will have a review up for that either tonight or tomorrow. So, you guys take care. Bye.